Yes, this is Dr. Sule with another podcast, and I'm going to be covering a favorite song, 1991, Mind Playing Tricks on Me by Geto Boys. Fantastic song, because I think more than a lot of songs, this song really depicts psychosis, symptoms of psychosis quite well. Now, there's a lot to unpack, so I would just restrict myself to Scarface's verse and Bushwick Bill's verse. But before going on, it was from the album We Can't Be Stopped. Geto Boys were a southern group, and what was interesting is when you look at the album cover, it's very interesting because you've got Bushwick Bill in the emergency department with one of his eyes out, almost popping out, and both Scarface and Willie D next to him. And I feel it's quite interesting because apparently there are two rumors. Some of when you're checking the history say he was shot by his girlfriend. Others say there might have been a possibility of him shooting himself in the eye or telling his girlfriend to shoot him in the eye. But I think it's a very interesting album sleeve. And for those people who want everything to move away from albums, that was the beauty of old school albums anyway. So let's go through the lyrics. So Scarface verse, and we know Scarface actually did have mental health problems. In fact, he's one of the hip-hop artists that is a mental health advocate. In his first verse, you get a very good description of paranoia. He basically says, I'm paranoid, I'm sleeping with my finger on the trigger because he's worried that someone is basically going to kill him. You know, he describes a man that has similar clothing to him. It says he owns a black hat like I own, a black suit and a cane like my own. You understand? But he doesn't really describe this person in detail. So it seems as, rather than this being a hallucination, it's more about a belief or a thought about the existence of such a person. He also says things like, investigating the joint for traps, checking my telephone for taps, I'm staring at the woman in the corner. And he says it's effed up when your mind is playing tricks on you. So again, there's something about him wondering, are these things happening? Am I paranoid? Now let's go back down to the last verse by Bushwick Bill. And Bushwick Bill again describes this particular scenario where him and his boys are hitting this guy and they jump on him and they continue to punch him until he disappears. Now it's interesting, he says, my hands were all bloody from punching on the concrete. So they go from tackling this young man who is very, very tall, and they wrestle him down to the ground. They start punching him, and then this person actually disappears. Now the fact that he's punching clearly means he sees an image which appears to be fully formed and then disappears. And I suspect that what he's describing is a hallucination. And one characteristic of a hallucination is the image is in outer subjective space. It's seen as real, and you see people reacting to it as if it's real. And the fact he's punching at it shows you that the image he sees is three-dimensional, and that's why he punches at it. So I guess that would be all. Thank you.